video. We don't have a lot. Let's just keep encouraging the teachers to hang in there. We still got to finish the race. Still continue getting them prepared for the milestone. And also, I think there continues to be a little bit of misunderstanding about Hawk Time. I still think people think Hawk Time is something different. Hawk Time is not something different. It's just pushing whatever you had planned through a reading strategy. So it should not throw your schedule off as far as your content. Now, it may throw your schedule off if you didn't get to a test or something like that. But as far as what you're teaching, Hawk Time should be whatever it is that you're teaching through your content. It's not something that you need to do completely different. So if I'm on Adams or whatever, I can stay on Adams just on that Hawk Time day. I got to plan Adams or whatever I'm doing through that reading strategy. So it's not anything where you have to plan a totally different lesson and you're running out of time. Whatever your pacing is, when you get to your Hawk Time day, you just do it through your reading strategy. I think there's still some confusion about, you need to stand up, Mr. Martin.
I'm good.
Oh, you ain't dragging, bro.
No, you saying whatever we plan during Hawk Time or scheduling, yeah, I got you. I'm looking at it.
Mine, get your little girl.
I'm looking right there.
Y'all worse than the kids, boy. I'm looking at you. You feel yourself those and stand up. So I think that, and see, you always hurt my feeling because the iPad guy come and Mr. Martin is awake, and when I talk, he started dozing off. What's up with that? But maybe I need to stand up. But so it's you know, this whole literacy thing is through that Rata and the standard. We're still not Rata on the standard. And I understand that sometimes that standard will stay up. You may Rata it the first time and then it may stay up. But what we have to do is at least reference it, because that's where we're getting our vocabulary from. And that's where we're getting our language of the standard from. And remember, we went away from the word wall, and we decided to Rata the standard. So that's where we get our words. And all of these things, with the Hawk Time and the literacy and things like that, you know, it gives us that one focus that we hopefully that if students learn how to do those things through literacy, that no matter what's put in front of them, they'll be successful. So that's the whole purpose of this. And I know I still have teachers that's difficult. Student-centered classrooms, not just when, remind us, we gotta rotate the student-centered classroom, more student activity, not just when SACs come through. SACs through, that means we go back to lecturing and stuff like that. Because if some of us continue to resist what research shows is going to be successful, then where it's going to be really difficult, and I've been saying this the last 2-3 years, 2 years at least, where it's going to be real difficult is when they put those student growth in our evaluations. My evaluation included, 70% of it is mine. That's where it's going to really become real. And if we just look at the data if we just look at the data on our end of course tests, and we continue doing what we've been doing in the past and not making any type of adjustments, and we're going to continue getting the same results. And then what's going to happen on the day of summatives, when I'm talking and I'm doing that line together, we're not going to be happy where my fingers intersect. And when I go over there, the superintendent, she's going to do the same thing. She's going to run up, she's going to do the same thing to me. So we have to change our mindset. We can't, I mean, research shows students don't learn with a bunch of lecturing. We don't learn with a bunch of lecturing. We learn by doing. And that's the same thing with the kids. So we got to start transitioning. Some of us got to start transitioning. I heard a new term today. What was it? There's no bells and whistles. Come on in, but there's no bells and whistles. What that means, I don't know. I don't know if that means that I'm just going to go back to lecturing. I'm going to find out what that means, because there's no bells and whistles. And when it comes to these students, we need to be doing every bell. We need to shake every bell and whistle that we have. Because some of us have, mine have graduated, but I got one in the 6th grade. And they better be doing some bells and whistles over there. And those that have students over here, we need to see bells and whistles for these kids as well. Because all of them have to be successful on these in-course tests. So just got to start shifting and quit fighting it. And if we're going to stay in this profession, if we're going to stay in education, you can't run and hide, because wherever you go in public education, you're going to change. And if you go in private education, those parents are going to make sure you change, because those are the ones, that's where your highly involved parents are. If you run up there in Alpharetta and some of them, they're going to be sitting in your classroom with you. So there's no place to hide if we're going to stay in this profession. So we're going to stay in this profession, and need to start shifting, talk to your teachers about shifting that mindset, and just, and it is what it is. Just do it, and it's not going anywhere. I know a lot of times we think, well, it's going to be gone in 2 years, but they've always said they spent too much money in this, and it's not going to go anywhere. So I don't want to have those summative evaluations, because none of us want to be getting an UNSAD or needs development and all that kind of stuff. But like we've been talking for the last 2 years, it's not subjective anymore. It is what it is. So we just gotta shift our minds. Are there any, remember on Monday, we're changing the drop-off, and we're gonna try it in the cafeteria / theater entrance. Another thing's going to happen, all those students parking in that top parking lot with a tennis court, they're going to probably start coming through that cafeteria entrance as well. It doesn't make sense to walk to the bus ramp and then come back in the cafeteria. So we're going to look at that, we're going to adjust, we're going to see if that's the way we want to move next year. I put it on the announcements, so if the students have any questions, the pickup in the afternoons is still the same. The pickup in the afternoon is like, that's not going to change. This is just in the morning, when their parents drop them off, they need to do it on the front side as opposed to the back side.
Can you clarify the morning duty, the media center spot and the double door spot, will they stay there?
Which double door? Right here.
Right out here?
The only one I think will stay is media center.
Okay, media will
because
stay.
Kids come to the bathrooms right
Okay.
there. Everybody else will push into the cafeteria.
Okay.
So this one will stay too.
Which one?
Right here.
The one that's right out here in the intersection.
Mm-hmm.
They say just gonna get the one that's by the media center by the bathroom.
Yeah.
So the ag spot and this spot will go to the cafeteria.
And then the outside spot out there.
Oh, that's right.
In the mornings, push to the cafeteria.
Candace and Christy Walker, please come to the front office to sign out. Candace and Christy Walker, please come to the front office to sign out.
Okay, yes, sir.
I was just thinking, if you don't have anyone right here, then who will see them before they get to, once they leave the cafeteria to get around to the restroom?
The person that's at the
Meetings.
library.
Yeah, but they won't see them when they come out of the cafeteria. And they come down this area, they could go.
Well,
Anywhere. That way. We
Go back up that way, or
yeah, but if we lose one, we got cameras. You know what I'm saying? For as few kids that come out and go to the bathroom, we don't have a lot.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Why don't we allow them to use the bathrooms in the cafeteria?
Because those are public bathrooms, and that's the only bathroom that I'm saving for the public.
Okay, but since we're gonna.
Because I don't, you know, we do a good job with them not writing on the walls, but we still have just a small issue with them writing. So we clean it up pretty good. I just want to keep those graffiti free. Unless y'all want bathroom duty. I don't mind giving bathroom duty now. Because if I open them up,
We good.
if I open them up, we're gonna have bathroom duty. Is that what I'm hearing y'all say?
No, sir, you're not here.
I had sort of said, I had said a word, Coach Grandpa.
Ms. Callahan? Y'all want bath? I'll open them up, but it's gonna require bathroom duty.
So the special teachers, what do they do when they're on bathroom duty?
Special ed teachers.
Yes.
When they stand there and then when the bell ring, they go in. Well, they go there, they check for graffiti.
Okay,
And then when the bell ring, they go check again.
okay,
And what we do it that way to try to narrow down who's in there if graffiti comes on the wall.
okay, so since we're moving teachers from these posts and they're going into the cafeteria.
Well, we don't have special ed teachers in the
No,
morning
I
on
know,
the back.
but I'm saying for morning duties, we're moving those teachers that were by the metal detector and outside the corridor.
That's correct.
Where are they gonna be?
In the cafeteria.
Cafeteria.
Okay,
You didn't get that in your minutes?
I'm writing it.
Oh, okay.
But will
You
somebody
the minute
tell us,
person.
will somebody tell us like exactly where to?
Yeah, we'll get you positioned.
Because I'm gonna know
So
I
is the bathroom one of those positions? Would the bathroom be one of those?
If we open them up, it will
when
be.
you're down there.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying to you. I'll open them up, but I'll have to put a male and a female on bathroom duty. Because you know in the mornings, they'll hang in there.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of students.
Yeah, you got all your kids in there, so I keep it closed so we don't have bathroom duty. But if y'all, I mean, y'all tell me, I'll be happy
Ms.
to
Cunningham
have.
is the only one saying that, Dr. Gray, so I want you to make sure.
Well, I'll
Really
be a
don't
girl.
know.
You want female bathroom, I'll open a female bathroom. If you gonna sit in there.
I think it's working great.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're good.
And I thought about it, but that's what it's gonna require, because that's our public, and when they come for theater and stuff like that, those are bathrooms they use.
Prom will be able to use.
And prom, yeah, they'll be open for prom. But that's the only reason. So I'm trying to see if we can, and with the number of people that really, number of kids that really come and go, I think we can get away with that. The ones that request to go to the restroom as far, we don't have that many.
It's usually the same ones
Yeah,
every morning.
yeah, we don't really have that many. But I was trying to keep us from doing bathroom duty. Any other, yes, sir?
The ones that off of the old cafeteria, is the plumbing not connected to those anymore?
Which ones now?
The ones right next to where the metal detectors are.
Oh, they work. Oh,
Kids,
yeah, those are
kids go in
functional.
They use them
Yeah,
in
they
the
go
morning.
in and
They
use
So
them.
they do.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a little bit of a walk, but I just didn't know if they were still, no, at one point the water was cut off. I didn't know if they were.
No,
used or
they're
not.
operational. Yeah.
So that's just, since there's already somebody there at the metal detectors.
Send them that way?
I just-
That makes sense.
I mean, that way, we would be able to get rid of the one at the media center. They're already going that way.
That makes
And
sense.
there's already somebody there, so.
That makes sense. Send them back down. That makes sense.
They're probably,
You'll have more traffic, I guess, going back, but I mean, it's.
No, it's
you got-
a very few As a matter of fact, you sit them back that way, they may
They,
not
they,
want to
they
go.
don't wanna
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, the girls' bathrooms are,
But I'll still need, let me think, I may need a couple in the halls. We got some to go to tutoring. We got some, so we may leave that one and that one.
we have a lot that use the media center in the morning.
Yeah, so we may leave these
One
two.
by me.
Yes.
Take that out.
Oh, sorry.
So we may leave that one in the one by the media center. That way we got at least somebody in the hallways for people that do tutoring and all that stuff.
For the parking out there, is that gonna affect any teacher parking?
No, they can't park.
Yeah. Okay.
No, we're not gonna let them park over there. At one time, I was gonna turn that into, senior park.
Yeah, that's
We
nice.
decided against that.
That's the first time I'm hearing about it, and I'm good at thinking. And a reminder too, I mentioned something to you about always seeing parents turning down that.
Yeah, I went out there, that's an easy turn. Yeah, as soon as you told me, I drove it. Coming up this way,
Well, I mean,
talking about looping back and coming back this way?
if you are going that way.
Right.
And you turn in there and try and go back that way, and this arrow's pointing, trying to direct it back this way, I see people get stuck and ride up on the curb almost every day.
And you talking about, because as soon as you told me, unless I went the wrong way, I came down this way. It's actually designed to loop back around. Are you and I talking about the
I
same
don't
thing?
think so, because like
If I come in this way, go up this back wall, we got 2 lanes. And the lane that's furthest from the building, that's designed to loop back this way.
That's right, listen, no, I'm a visual person. I'm sorry. You want me to talk to you about this later?
Yeah,
I don't wanna
we
hold
can.
everybody
Yeah,
up.
we can.
I'm gonna draw a diagram on the board.
All right, we can.
No, I've
Because
seen
we may be talking about 2 different things.
We are, because I've seen people with cars scrub to get up on the curb just to get unstuck. Because the only way would be to be able to back.
Are you talking about the
back out.
turn right before?
Mhm.
I know which one you're talking about. I'm talking about the further one. You talking about
I'm
the
talking
one
about-
closest to this end.
Yeah, that one right pretty much outside my.
Oh,
my
yeah,
back.
yeah,
Oh, in the
yeah.
middle
I
of
know
the
what you're
median,
talking
in the
about.
middle of the median.
I know what you're
Designed
talking
to
about.
Yeah.
redirect them back.
Yeah. So if I'm coming back this way, it's designed to redirect me
Yeah.
back around.
Uh-huh.
I'm tracking. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll stick a barrier or something out there. I know what you're talking about. Any other concerns or?
APs, make sure we're attending our meetings. I know the other day we had to go and find teachers to attend.
For which meeting now?
IEP annual review meetings for special ed meetings.
Now, do we still-
7:45.
At what time? 7:45. Yeah, please, we got, that's why, yeah, we gotta, listen, we gotta go to the IEP meetings, y'all, so please remind them. And y'all get the message out, what was the
We
agreement?
send
2
a
weeks and then the
10
day
days
before?
ahead, and then we try to send reminders to the teachers a day or 2 ahead.
Right.
Just make sure. And I've tried to do it on the calendar, where it just goes straight to your calendar and it'll send a reminder. So I've started trying to do that.
Now, that pops up sometimes on mine,
Mhm.
yeah.
So-
Yeah, so just remind
How to
them
use
to,
that, so.
please, we must attend those IEP meetings. We get a lot of trouble, special ed, you don't wanna mess with them IDEA folk. If you ever been in one of them advocate sessions, I was in one as a, well, if I was a sister, I don't know what I was doing, but I never forgot it. I mean, they'll have you coming out of there, standing on your darn head. I mean, it gets intense
Federal
now.
law, not the-
That's right, yeah. It gets intense, and you don't wanna be one, a parent complaining about that. Anything else? I talked about ministerial duties. We did a big long, I'm not gonna, hit on to that, but, you know, that supervision. And I think there's a false impression that people think an administrator have to be at every duty station or an administrator have to be everywhere. That is not the case. That's why we assign duty stations, because that duty, that ministerial duty has been passed on to the teachers that's been assigned that duty station. Whether it's the cafeteria, whether it's the metal detectors or whatever. Because we all just like me. Ms. Hart's here for about 10 minutes, then I'm headed to the parent conference. That don't mean that there's a breakdown in supervision. That just means that there's not an administrator in there. We did put the radio in the teachers' dining, so there's a radio in there. And but that's what administrative duty means. It's just like when you stand at your door and supervise between classes. That's an administrative duty that's been passed to the teachers. That don't mean that a administrator has to walk down every hall between every class. That's impossible. So that's why ministerial duties have been passed along. I think some of us don't understand that. And but just as a reminder, that's what all that means. Please tell them don't leave classes unattended. If you need to leave for a reason, hit the button or look for our assistant instructor or resource officer or an administrator, and we'll come and stand in your class in case you have to use the restroom or something. And I tell you all the time, I promise y'all, I don't sit at that computer and look at that camera. I promise you. But I'll get so-and-so was running down the hallway, or so-and-so was fussing in the hallway, or so-and-so, and we'll pull it up on the camera, trying to get our case together for our parent conference. And it never, I'm telling y'all, it never fails. I always see something, I'll be like, what? And then it makes me go back and look again. And it's just, I mean, I promise you, I sit there. We don't sit there, but it never fails. So just remember, there are cameras, and just remember that you need to be where you're supposed to be, doing what you're supposed to do. And I know sometimes if I have to talk to you, you feel like all I do is sit there and watch cameras, but I promise you I don't. But I can tell you, probably 8 out of 10 times when I look, I always see something that make me go, what? Like the other day, I saw a teacher walking down the hall. What's the matter, Ms. Cunningham?
Oh, just laughing or whatever.
Okay. And this is the truth. I saw a teacher walking down the hall, then all of a sudden she stopped. Then I seen her peel back around, and she went into a room. I said, why is she going in there? Then I see a student come out with a pass. Then I see the teacher walk down the hall. Then I see another teacher coming from somewhere going into the classroom. So now I'm thinking, so then of course you back it up, and we got a group unsupervised. Teacher comes to the door, she looks, or he looks, and I promise you I ain't looking for that. I promise you. And I just, what? So, but we got to remember it only takes 2 seconds for something to happen. And remind teachers as well, we talked about standing in your doors where you can look in and out. And a situation, you know, they'll get in the back of the room. We had a situation in the back of the room where the I don't know what they were doing in the back of the room, but they were getting touchy-feely in the back of the room. And the teacher's standing at a door, but she's not cat-a-corner looking in. So I asked her, I said, well, set up your ladybug and record that corner right there. Showed up, they back, teacher at the door, they just touchy-feely. Touchy-feely. And that's the truth. That's the truth. So that's why I say we have to stand in the door where we can see the hallway and see the class. And I know sometimes we think, well, why do we got to do that? Because they will figure that thing out, and they would take that time to do what they're doing. And when you walk in there, everybody looking crazy, and you don't even know why they're looking crazy. Okay? So that's why we got to stand that doorway so we kind of, because actually, they're just moving in the hallway, more happening in that classroom They're just kind of moving in the hallway. But there's more happening in that classroom while we're standing outside, either talking or you know, not looking in.
That's the way it was this morning when they filled that deer lure.
Yeah.
In my room. It was way in the back. Well, because I know what it was. I mean, I went there and looked at it, and I could smell it. But anyway, it was all the way in the very back corner, like right, right.
I think I talked to, I couldn't get 100% proof, but I think I talked to the one that did it. And I shook him up pretty good, but I couldn't prove it, but he didn't know I couldn't
Ran
prove
me
it.
out of my room.
Yeah. But he didn't know I couldn't prove it, but I shook him up.
It's rough.
Some rough stuff.
So hopefully we won't.
So that's
have
2
that.
days in a row with that?
Mhm. That's what it is.
That's
what it is.
It's a lure.
It's a lure
It's
for-
what they,
yeah, for
they
bucks.
try to get butts with it. It's rough.
Somebody did it, Miss Brown's room yesterday.
Huh?
Somebody did it, Miss Brown's room
Yeah,
yesterday.
that's what happened in Ms. Brown and in your room
I think
today.
that's probably how y'all connected the two together. We have the same.
I went to detective work.
Oh, that makes sense.
Wasn't too hard to figure out. You know, we have the same stuff.
Some people
Yeah.
willingly put it on there and go
I don't see
hunting.
how they put it on
Put it on there to do
themselves.
what?
Because I'm
And
gonna
then they
tell
go
you.
hunting.
Yeah, they spray it on themselves and it brings the shoot deer.
Oh,
And,
that's-
I'm telling you, anybody that can do that,
And like nails, they
they're pretty
wouldn't
strong.
It's real hunters.
They're real
All
hunters.
right, anything,
It's rough.
anything else? Ms. Ingram, you have anything to add? Good?
Coach Gray.
Sir.
Those moves again, I want to show my wife.
Which one's that?
Touchy-feely.
Touchy-feely.
Oh, yeah, that touchy-feely stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so please, let's just.
We are recording.
And you know, and being just, the biggest thing that one of the biggest things that people can get us on and will make us have to adjust the consequence or do away with a consequence is supervision. And that's what parents, when all else fails, that's what they swing on. First thing, y'all heard me say this 1,000 times, what were the teachers doing? Where were the teachers? And that's what they hang their hat on when it comes time to do a heavy consequence. So we always have to be able to answer, we were where we were supposed to be doing what we were supposed to do. And y'all look at the news is full of it. If you want to look at the news every day, you can find a supervision issue in the school system. I just don't want it to come to this school. All right, any other concerns from your departments? Everybody good? No concerns?
Oh, yes, the seniors with the drink on Friday, they're taking it from the cafeteria. I was asked to talk about it.
Yeah.
They're taking it from the
The lemonade?
Yes.
Yeah. The last time they did it, I missed first lunch, but second lunch, I actually stood by the door.
Okay.
And yeah, because first lunch I was going and I'm, what y'all doing? And I turned a few of them around, but it was quite a few that had they lemonade. So what I did for second lunch, I had them cut off, I had them stop, like before the bell rang.
Okay.
And then we announced on the microphone, you need to finish that lemonade before you leave the cafeteria. So we took care of that the last time, because I did see that first lunch.
Okay.
So that's what we're gonna do. We'll stop it, we'll cut it off at a certain time, give them time to drink it. Breakfast, please don't allow them to eat breakfast in their rooms. I try to tell them it ain't a carry out, but some of them, and I asked them who lets you eat breakfast, and they tell me who it is. Unless it becomes a problem. So I just try to control it from the cafeteria. If they come there with food, we'll give them time to finish their breakfast. It's just the ones that wait to the last minute and want to run through the line and then they want to make it a carry out. Those are the ones that we stop. Okay. Anything else? Everybody good? All right, thank you so much.